So you're a foreigner and you're thinking about moving to Poland. Don't. Stay where you're at. There. That's it. You're welcome, Polish people. Foreigners, don't come. That was a really easy episode. Let's call a wrap. End credits, please.
You're still here? It's over.
Fine. Let's discuss the 10 reasons why foreigners need to think twice before they move to Poland. Let's get into it.
Number 1. Social media made it look perfect.
Do not move to Poland because social media made it look perfect. Poland is just like any other country. And even though you have a lot of these influencers, and even someone like myself,
don't listen to everything we say.
Because sometimes there's a motive behind it.
And I'll get to that.
When you make content on YouTube, you have to create content where people are going to watch and subscribe. And that could lead to other opportunities and people can make money from. Because we're not obviously doing this for free. Let's not bullshit each other.
I'm doing it for free, for now. I will sell my soul soon.
I think it's important that you hold a lot of what we say with a grain of salt. Now, I think there are a lot of great content creators that discuss Poland in a very authentic way. But there are some, in my opinion, have a very
alternative
reason why they create content.
Here's the motive.
If you go onto their channel, you'll see that they own their own business and you have to pay to learn about Poland. Whereas you can get a lot of this information for free.
And how much does it cost?
It's free.
You go on Facebook and you can go on one of those groups and a lot of people are willing to give you this information for free. Hell, if you have questions, I can give it to you for free. Or you can also contact a lawyer and ask, hey, how can I legally move here to Poland? Because there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of bureaucracy, and let's just say the language isn't that easy.
Fuck.
So if you're gonna pay someone who has actually knowledge about all of this, where people can actually help you, people who are Polish. Because talking to a content creator who's a foreigner or who's an expat, getting that type of information, yeah, it can be important, and yeah, they can give a lot of good information, but it's not the complete picture.
Are you serious?
And so if they're giving you this very rosy, this very perfect picture about Poland, I'll be honest, it's bullshit. Don't believe it. I think, as I mentioned, there are some things that are true. There are a lot of things that you need to know, that you need to do your own research and find out if this is the country that is going to be right and work for you.
Number 2. The language barrier is serious.
Polish isn't easy. Let's just be frank. It's not easy. And it's something that I struggle with. It's how to pronunciate. And the way you use your tongue is, if you're an English speaker, it's not easy. It's very difficult.
Bro, don't let the Polish language scare you. It looks scary, but it's not. The Polish language is like that old man from Home Alone 1. At first, Kevin was terrified of him, but once they spoke at church, the old man was really nice and they became homies. Same exact thing with the Polish language. Let me prove it to you. This word, for example. Oh, it's so scary. No, it's not. It's just szczęście. And excuse my pronunciation, I'm still learning. This other word looks scary, but it's not. It's just szczęść. No, this one is actually impossible to say.
Bruh. Polish people, they know this about their language. They understand that it's not easy. What they appreciate and what they value is, at least you try. Learn the basics. Just get down some of the basics just to show Polish people
you try.
Because if they see a foreigner trying, they then subconsciously or even consciously, they see someone's trying to learn my language, which in turn, they're trying to learn my culture. And so if you are planning to move to Poland,
learn
the language, at least the basics.
Because it's not easy.
It kind of blows my mind that there are literally 2 million ways to say the number 2. I'm kidding, of course. I'm being hyperbolic. But if you know, you know.
Number 3, the culture is different.
Something I've learned over my time. And it took me about 1.5 years to really understand the culture. Polish mentality, because I came here with my American mentality thinking how great I am. I'm American.
Stop it. Get some help.
Polish people are like, we don't give a damn. And that's fair. And I respect that. I really do.
A few moments later.
But here's a story. My first job, I worked with many Polish people, and there was this Halloween event. We went to the office, and Polish people they were by themselves. I felt really alienated because in my mind, I'm thinking, and again, that American mentality, surely they're gonna come and say hello to me.
Surely.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Because, and this is no excuse on my end, but I am quite an introvert. It may not seem like that on this video, but trust me, I am. With that said, I just thought people are gonna come up to me and say, oh, hello, how are you? Welcome to this company. And I'd be like, oh, I'm great. No. It is not like that here in Poland. It's a very different culture. And so, yes, I'm gonna talk about the American culture because that's primarily the culture I truly understand. But I think any culture that is not Polish culture, if that makes sense, you really need to learn the culture. You really need to throw what you think and just absorb and learn and be knowledgeable. Duh. Because you can listen to content creators, you can learn the language, but if you don't know the culture, it's also gonna be very difficult for you to really fit in, even make friends, to acclimate to Poland. And sorry, this is gonna be left field because I totally forgot to say this, but I need to say this because I think it's very important. When you hear content creators talk about how cheap it is to live in Poland, I think that's very insulting to Polish people. Just because you're getting paid in euros or in British pounds or even in USD.
Even though the USD is trash right now. Oh my goodness.
When you hear content creators say Poland is cheap, that is very insulting. I'm offended by that because Poland shouldn't be talked as if it's cheap. Just because you have your own business and you get paid in a currency that might be stronger than the Polish currency doesn't give you the authority to say, oh, how cheap it is here in Poland. Because there are a lot of people here in Poland that struggle. It's very difficult to find a job here.
We'll get into that.
They took our jobs!
When you say to people on the internet saying Poland is cheap, people who are going to visit here or possibly move here,
that's their expectation.
And I think you're doing an absolutely disservice to Poland, to the Polish people, and label it as something as cheap. You devalue it. Good for you if you're making another currency and you're able to have a great lifestyle here in Poland.
Fantastic.
But honestly, and look, yes, I'm gonna say this. I speak for many Polish people.
He ain't lying.
And also to touch base upon the language. If you don't know the language and you're trying to move here in Poland, a lot of times they may not want to rent it to you because you're a foreigner. Just kind of keep that in mind because without knowing the language, you're gonna have to deal with contracts. You're gonna have to deal, like I mentioned, with bureaucracy, with government officials. And a lot of times they don't speak English. They may say they do, but when you start speaking English to them, they're just gonna... So, like I mentioned,
Do not believe all.
content creators, but also to learn the language. And thirdly, know the culture, because for me, that helped me so much to really integrate with Poland, is to really understand the culture. Throw away that American mentality, throw away the expectations that, oh, it's Poland, so it should be kind of similar to America. It's not. Poland has its own identity. Poland has its own culture. And this culture, this identity has been around for 1,000 years, possibly longer.
Number 4. Finding a job can be difficult.
And as I mentioned, finding a job here in Poland, damn, how difficult it is to find a job here.
And it is.
It's very hard. If you don't know somebody who works for a company here, or you're not, I guess, in the IT field.
Do not come. Do not come.
But I also heard that a lot of Polish people are also finding it very difficult to land a job here in Poland. So keep in mind, if you do move to Poland or if you're considering, know that it's very hard to find a job here. Finding a job is probably one of the most difficult things that I've experienced living here. And I'm not bullshitting. That's real talk. That is truth.
Number 5. The weather can affect your mood.
Another reason you should reconsider moving to Poland. Let's face it, winter here.
I'll give you a winter prediction. It's gonna be cold, it's gonna be gray, and it's gonna last you for the rest of your life.
And it's not like that dry cold, you know what I mean? It's like that wet cold that gets to your bones. And sometimes it snows, but a lot of times it's just gray and cold. And this can affect a lot of people's mentality. Their I don't know, seasonal depression, they call it. I would highly recommend that you supplement vitamin D because the sun is like, catch you later.
Goodbye, see you next time, everyone.
The weather also plays a huge part. I know of several people who moved out of Poland because they just couldn't stand the weather here. They couldn't stand winter here. But yeah, spring and summer here are typically very nice. However, the winter here, I mean, I lived in San Diego, I lived in Phoenix, and they're very sunny, very sunny.
So,
If you are the type of person who loves the sun, maybe Poland isn't going to be the place for you, especially in winter. You've been warned.
Number 6. Loneliness is real.
This is no indictment to Polish people. I totally understand why some Polish people are like this. Polish people aren't going to come up and be overly friendly with you.
By the way, I am no expert on Polish culture or Polish people.
They're not going to try to be like, oh, you're American? Let's be best friends. I've never had that experience.
They don't like you. I don't like you.
I don't care. I'm here for the girl.
The girl don't like you.
And I like to say I'm a very nice person. I can definitely see how people can become lonely because, again, the language, of course, is going to be a barrier. But just trying to find friends, I don't know, it's like these little niches, right? People who have grown up with each other. And I don't think this is only something that happens here in Poland. I think other countries are like this as well too, like Japan. Sweden is also known for this as well too. I believe even Denmark. So a lot of countries.
We got to celebrate our differences.
When you're moving into a society where you are
a foreigner.
it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to make friends. Now, of course, I'm not saying it's impossible. Of course, you can make friends, for sure.
Of course, you can find communities with foreigners, but many of the people you build friendships with eventually leave. Not all of them, but a lot.
But a lot of times people don't, at least not right away, and you can feel lonely. It can be very difficult to make friends here in Poland. They already have friendships that they've built over decades. They grew up with many of these people. And of course, they're Polish, so automatically they already have that commonality.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
As a foreigner, it's going to take you some time for Polish people to warm up to you. Just like when I worked for that company, it took time for people to warm up. A lot has to do with the history. Let me know in the comments if that's right or wrong. But that's how I view it. Because of Polish history, which is part of learning the Polish culture, you will really understand why sometimes for Polish people, they're a little bit... Also, because a lot of expats and foreigners leave. And so they're not... Why should we become friends or best friends when I know that maybe in 6 months or a year, you're just going to be like,
Hasta la vista, baby.
because that happens a lot. And so I understand why sometimes people are going to be a bit leery to try to make friends with you as a foreigner. So that is why I think people feel lonely here in Poland.
Number 7. Moving for love can be risky.
Every now and then I get this comment about people who want to move here to Poland because their girlfriend or boyfriend
Is Polish.
Polish people in a relationship, for me, is amazing. My wife, obviously she's Polish. She is
Amazing.
I love her to death.
I love Lamp.
I would die for her, and I would die for my family.
But
With that said, if you're planning to move to Poland and your significant other is Polish,
really think about what you're going to do.
because you're going to run through a lot of challenges, a lot. I mean, the visa, of course, that's going to be a huge challenge, dealing with the visa. Finding work, as I mentioned before, learning the language, learning the culture. Well, her family approve.
No! Oh God, please, no! No!
If you move to Poland, and let's say, God forbid, it doesn't work out,
What next?
what will you do?
That's a great question.
If you are considering moving to Poland because of your significant other, you're gonna have a hurdle, number one. And number two, really consider what you're going to be doing. Like, really consider it.
Number 8. Housing can be difficult for foreigners.
Finding housing in Poland is very difficult for foreigners. Now, depending on where you're coming from, it might be easier than for others. I'm just being honest. But as I mentioned before, if you don't speak Polish, it's gonna be very difficult for you.
Or
If you don't have someone who speaks Polish who can help you, it's gonna be
very difficult for you.
because a lot of times people who are renting out these flats, they rather rent it out to Polish people.
However, you can find Polish people who will rent to foreigners.
And like many other countries, there's a housing issue here in Poland. A lot of local people are also feeling it, and they're also very frustrated just finding a.
Affordable housing.
And again, that is why if you're a content creator and you're saying, oh, Poland is so cheap, please consider this and know that, one, if you don't speak the language, good luck finding a flat. Or if you don't have someone who speaks Polish and they are going to be your anchor.
Good luck.
So yeah, finding a home in Poland is going to be difficult. I mean, hell, local Polish people are having a difficult time to find affordable housing. So yeah, have fun with that.
Number 9. Running away from your problems.
I've heard content creators talk about how Poland would be amazing because it doesn't have those problems in that respective country where
You are coming from.
the problem is that that's not entirely true. Don't move to a country to run away from problems. I think that's ridiculous. That's who does that?
Not me.
I guess my point is Poland is going to have their own certain problems. There's no country that's perfect.
Come on, man.
But don't run to Poland to escape whatever problems or whatever issues. Because yes, Poland can be safe. And yes, Poland can be clean. But Poland can also have danger. Poland can also be dirty.
I'm in danger.
And Poland also has its own problems within the country. As I mentioned, just like any other country has. And just because you think Poland sounds great by these influencers or by social media,
I don't know. Visit here?
check it out, spend some time, learn about the history, the language, the culture. You see this theme I'm trying to promote? Moving away from your respective country to think that your life could be better. It could, it might, maybe. But Poland's gonna also offer its own challenges. And so if you're moving here by yourself and you don't know Poland, then I'm gonna be honest, I think you're gonna have a very difficult time. And I think that's why a lot of people who move here, they realize, oh shit,
I think I made a mistake.
funny enough, there are a lot of people I've met. In fact, most people I've met who are expats or foreigners, they don't live in Poland anymore. I'll be honest, as a foreigner, it's not easy. And luckily my wife's Polish, and so she helps me navigate Poland much easier than if you didn't have that type of anchor in your life. And so like I mentioned, if you think Poland is gonna make your life easier, it could.
Maybe.
It depends on your circumstances. Don't take anything what I say as absolute facts or truth. Take everything I say with a grain of salt because I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I know, right? I know. But it's true. It's true.
Number 10, you need humility before moving.
Come to Poland with respect, with realism. To know the history, the culture, the language, all that jazz. Because if you're gonna come here thinking that just because I come from a well-to-do country,
Like America.
and you have that American mentality, it's not going to bode well for you. People don't care. They don't. The people here are fantastic. Once you are able to get in past their little firewall and you're able to overcome that, they are so welcoming, they're so loving, and they're so curious about who you are as an individual. But that takes time. Don't expect it to happen overnight.
Don't be like me.
Because when you have these certain expectations and you think, well, I can for sure do it how I did it here and replicate that in Poland. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that it's going to be much more difficult because you're going to be dealing with a lot of unknowns.
All right, past, here I come. Wow, everybody in 1955 was on fire. I never knew that.
Come to Poland with respect. Come with Poland with realism. Be realistic. If you're a passport bro, yeah. I'll tell you this right now. If you're a passport bro, don't even think about Poland. Don't. Go somewhere else. Poland does not take kindly to that. If you're a foreigner and you're thinking about moving to Poland, again, think twice about this. Really understand what you're moving into, because I'll be honest, I had a bit of a culture shock maybe my first year and a half. It took me time to get here. And it took my wife a lot of patience, and God bless her for that. But yeah, don't move here. Stay where you're at. So if you do like this type of content and I bring value, I do ask if you can please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that hype button, because as I always say, I'm really trying to build a community and grow with all of you. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you stayed till the end, you are true legends. And so with that said, and without further ado, let's get into it.
Do not come. Do not come.